My Mondays begin at 6 a.m. with 10 milligrams of Adderall. Sometimes I'll meditate, but usually I just lay back in bed until the meds kick in, at which point I waddle to the kitchen to chew on a piece of dark chocolate as I prepare my breakfast, scrambled eggs and hot sauce wrapped in a tortilla. Having broken fast, I check the time, at 7:30. I need to be out the door by 8:45. Realistically, the voyage takes less than 20 minutes, but the trains in the wealthiest city in the world are unreliable at best, and thus a buffer is required. Early is on time and on time is late, I tell myself begrudgingly as I slide my underdeveloped lower half into tactical pants, a nylon spandex blend in olive green. I glance at the time again, 7:50. At this point, I normally plug into my preferred social media and reaffirm my beliefs, although I may on occasion masturbate, thus rendering the aforementioned panting process premature. Finally time, I step my size 11s out of my rented door and am immediately greeted by our friendly surveillance camera, which the landlord was kind enough to point at our doors for our safety. I greet as many friends as I trundle down the stairs and out the doors to the great urban outdoors. I cross the street and step over a nomad who yesterday lay at the opposite subway entrance, although still covered in urine. I wonder if it's the same urine as before as I descend to the train platform, donning a face mask for everyone's protection and noise-canceling headphones for my own. The train is late as expected and is thus on time. Much to my relief, the performing arts skip my subway car and I can enjoy my music in peace. The train screeches to a halt and I ascend to the heart of Gomorrah. I remind myself that I am here to bear witness and begin westward, sunlight in my eyes. I arrive at the steel doors of Trinity Church, paying no mind to the creatures smoking crack on the stoop of the building, and I ring the bell. A friendly face greets me, Shalissa, as I enter the building. We exchange pleasantries but are soon interrupted by a knock on the door. The first volunteer has arrived. I greet them and I ask them to fill out the personal information questionnaire. Have they been sick lately? Have they been around anyone who's been sick? Are they sick right now? Are they planning on getting sick in the future? And their name and phone number. I then take him upstairs and show him where to hang his personals as the rest of the volunteers arrive. Today Megan shows up. She comes maybe once a month and I have a crush on her, but having never spoken to her without a mask, I feel very uncomfortable asking her out. She's got juicy melons. We spend the morning unloading trucks and the afternoon packing groceries. Having bid farewell to the other volunteers and staff members, I prepare myself to go. On my way out the door, I ask Shalissa if she'd like to take a walk. Walking abreast, we shout small talk over the din of car horns and combustion engines, occasionally pausing to placate our phones. We maneuver our way through the crowds and the mountains of garbage bags piled on every street corner, Shalissa gawking at every dog we pass as commanded by her chemically sterile ovaries. We arrive at a sugar water dispensary. Shalissa clumsily dictates her order to the masked man behind the plexiglass barrier, having to repeat the specificities several times before surrendering to fate. She consumes her beverage over the course of the following 10 minutes, its plastic cup outliving her by 10 millennia. Having reached my limit for differing opinions, Shalissa and I part ways and I once again descend into the screeching caverns of public transportation. Upon entering the platform, I am greeted by my likeness on a monitor, live from the surveillance camera beside it. To my surprise, the train arrives shortly thereafter, and myself and an unusually giddy man in a purple headband step onto the train. I scan the seat for debauchery before dumping my bony ass upon it. Approximately 30 seconds post-touchdown, a backpack starts singing as the purple headband begins his acrobatic routine. He gets off at the next stop, having collected his tax. I enter my dark, empty apartment, greeted by no one, and prepare whatever dinner I had in mind. Having now completed the day's tasks, I settle in, to stare at a screen for the remainder of the evening, putting off looming deadlines until tomorrow, hopes and dreams indefinitely.